guys, hope you're all well. Right, it's quite late in the day, it's the weekend. Hope you're all having a good weekend or had a good weekend by the time this video goes out. I've been doing some stuff on my own bits and bobs, so I thought before I knock it on the head, I'll get at least one more job done on the Enfield. Like I say, it's getting on a bit, so I think one job is better than no job, so I'm going to do something. I think we'll do the cutout for the chain. Again, excuse the noise, I've got the fan running. It is red hot in here. Well, it is for a fat bloke. What are we doing? Rocking around 25. Yeah, it's been a warm day. Anyway, oh yeah, look at that. I broke my shed window. So I've got to go out and get some glass or a bit of perspex when I get a moment. Yeah, there's a bike parked the other side of there and I jumped on it to start it and put my elbow straight through the window. But yeah, well, you can now see how dirty my windows are. Anyway, mudguard. So, if you remember, we marked this out, so I'm going to cut it out. We're going to leave a little bit on there for sort of rolling over. So we're going to do a nice steady job of that. And like I say, at least it's one of the job done. So let's get on with it. Okay, right, I've put my microphones on because that fan's, like I say, it's a bit loud. Anyway, this mark is just a guide. I haven't got to follow it perfectly. So I'm going to cut into here. Obviously we've got to leave a bit that we can roll round. And then hopefully, what we're going to do, yeah, this roll here, I'm going to have to cut into that so we can finish it nicely with a bit I'm going to roll around to tie into the bit that's already rolled, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's cut it. Camera's a bit close to the sparks. Let me move that back a bit. Right, I've just done them cuts straight for now because it's easier to do with the grinder like that. And then we'll get the little belt grinder and make them a bit neater. There we go. I don't think there's a lot left on that belt. Oh, I should try a finer grit. It'll probably help it with grinding the very edge. I think grinding the edge like that's just ripping the grit straight off the belt. There we go. That'll probably be better. Next, I've just got to take a little bit more off these end pieces and cut into them. There will be a bit of welding up needed to do on the very ends. what I got to do. Cut into that a tiny bit more. Right, should we have pink today? Let's have a nice pink line. Okay, off the little slots we've done here. This is just a guide to try and keep the roll as straight as possible. That should do. Right, the pliers. For those who haven't seen them before, they're just normal manky old pliers. And I've ground a radius on the edge. Basically just took the sharp edges of the pliers off so they don't dig into the material as I'm shaping it. Yeah, we'll just follow that line then. Where should we start? Let's go down here. And what I'm doing, that line I've just drawn, just put the pliers up to that as a guide. And we'll go bit by bit. So to start with, it will look like I'm doing nothing. As you can see, as I go along, I'm sort of overlapping on the previous fold. Now it's starting to go. There will be a little bit of dressing up when this is done. But the straighter we keep it, the less dressing up we'll have. It just takes a little bit of patience. It's not difficult at all. I guess if you want to have a go at any of this, practice on a scrap bit of material before you start hacking your mudguard up. I'm saying, when you haven't got all these fancy tools to do this sort of thing, some of these silly ideas might help you along a bit. As we get to the ends, we'll probably have to start dressing them in with the armour. Probably the hardest bit is keeping your pliers in exactly the same place to keep this line as best as you can. Again, it doesn't have to be just a mudguard. You can use this little trick on absolutely anything that you want a bit of a rolled edge on. Get in there. honestly, it's impossible to get away without bruising some of the material. At the end we can dress all that up, so you won't be able to see any of it. Ooh, we have a visitor. All right, Blue. It's a bit warm, innit, mate? Hey? Bit warm, innit, old boy? Especially with that fur coat on. Hey? He's been trying to find cold spots on the concrete to lie on, he has. All right, mate. You all right? Yeah. Right. I basically keep going with this. Oh, Blue's knocking the camera. Until the pliers can't get it round anymore. Keep checking that way as well. A bit of a bulge there. Let's work on that bit. Oh, that's getting there. Oops. So you'll see this edge is all over the place at the minute. You'll be able to dress that in quite easily with the hammer, which we'll do in a moment. Right, sit down and get comfy. Bring these bits out. So we want to get them round, and that'll start covering the original roll on the mudguard. There we go. Let's get in there. Oh, let's get the armour. Right. You'll also notice I'm doing it all cold. You start introducing heat and you'll find it'll just go all over the place because you will not get the heat sort of uniformed. So you'll get bits that are hotter and colder, and obviously the hotter bits will go really easy like plasticine, and the colder bits won't budge, and you'll end up getting in a right mess with it. Obviously just keep an eye on every face to make sure you ain't going out of shape. That's if you do want to go at something like this, you never know. Could come in handy one day. Right, let's get a different hammer for these bits. You notice I'm not sort of whacking it, I'm just doing it really light, bit by bit, and it'll just start going rather than just trying to whale it in. Really light blows, you'll be surprised how quick it goes. It's going in, look. And then this little slit here, which we've had to do for it to go round, we just weld that up, then dress that in at the end. If you think you're going to go a bit wonky with the hammer, you can actually drop a bit of round bar on there and hit the round bar. It'll be a lot easier if you struggle like controlling the hammer. I ain't got a bit of, oh, I've got a bit of round bar, hold on. So yeah, you get a bit of round bar like that and hit the round bar like so. And you'll definitely get it nice and neat. It's going. Just going to get a bit more of a roll on it. The reason I'm sat down doing it on my lap is if I was to do that on the table, we'll end up bashing all this part of the mudguard in. You can do it in a leather bag, which I have got somewhere, but hey, it's comfortable like this on your lap. At least, like I say, you ain't bashing the mudguard in. Okay, you probably see that's not too bad at all. We've got a decent line. What you'll have in the inside, this end bit will be a bit wonky, that is sort of unavoidable, but we can just skim the grinder down there and make that nice and straight. We'll do that now actually. A bit better. Right, let's weld these joins up at the ends. Right, that should do it. Next, dress the welds in. Get in there, just a little bit more in here. Right, that's that one end about there. Let's get this one somewhere near. Right, that's got the ends about done. So we'll take care of this bit now. Just to get it a tiny bit better. Obviously doing it with pliers, we will have the odd mark in there. So we'll just dress that out. Right, that's getting very close to how I want it now. Right, glance over with the DA and we should be there. Not far off. Right, back on just for a look. Do this up. There we go. Let's get that rubber band out of the way, that's it, so we can see better. There we go. That should do it. That should give us plenty of room for the chain. Sorted. It's come out neat enough. That's another little job done, isn't it? That'll do. It's getting late and I want to go and have a rest. Well, doing this video, I've had to go and do a kid's taxi run and all that, so that's held things up a bit. It's now dark outside. So yeah, my day's done. I'm happy with that. It's come out all right. It's another job ticked off the list. And yeah, it's getting us closer to tearing this thing apart. So next on this, we will do the top bracket and then a little outrigger for the brake pedal, and that's it. This will be coming to bits, ready for dressing up, finalising welds, checking everything over, and then we should be getting a powder coating pile together, and then it'll really start taking shape. Obviously we've got to pull the wheels apart, cut all the spokes out, rebuild them with stainless spokes. We get all the rims and hubs powdered. Obviously there's lots of little jobs to do. While we've got it in bits and everything's off to the powder coaters, that's when we'll start tidying up the engine. We'll make our own oil lines and things like that, all the usual stuff. Like I said, I'm hoping to get this engine done in black, but completely pull it to bits and do the whole thing and get it all coated nicely. So yeah, a massive thank you again to everybody who's bought special stickers. It really is appreciated. It's moving along nicely. Hopefully it'll keep going a little bit more. We'll see. That's down to you guys, not me. So, and again, massive thank you to all the Patreons, the buy me a coffee thing. It's all appreciated, and it keeps everything going in here, and it allows me to continue and share all the videos with you guys, so it is immensely appreciated. Anyway, I want to call it a day, and next video will be on finishing the mudguard. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.